talk about the hidden truth of Hayao Miyazaki's 1988 film My Neighbor Totoro. A quick search on Google lists endless websites and forums spouting the same cut-and-paste controversies, all of which stem from the notion that 4-year-old Mei Kusakabe is dead. Spoiler alert, she's not. But if you are interested in hearing about all the strange, coincidental links between a lovely G-rated film and a 63-year-old true story involving some truly horrific events, then you've come to the wrong place. It's human nature to search for deeper meaning in children's classics, and it's entirely justified to assume that all art exists on multiple levels, regardless of the artist's original intent. For instance, E.T. the Extraterrestrial and Gremlins. One is clearly about the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ, while the other is an allegory for sexual repression. You decide which is which. Still feel an overwhelming desire to ascribe an adult reality to a beautifully nostalgic children's story with environmentalist overtones? Then consider this. The fantastical elements of My Neighbor Totoro can be chalked up to everyday, run-of-the-mill mental illness. In the film, Satsuki and Mei's mum is hospitalised, despite showing no signs of physical malady. If we ignore the novelisation's apparent claims of tuberculosis, we can assume her condition is mental. When she tells Satsuki that she's the spitting image of herself, she's referring to more than just her appearance. Schizophrenia, for example, is hereditary.
You and I are a lot alike, Satsuki.
Mei is the first to suffer from hallucinations of trolls in her back garden, but these delusions are eventually shared between both sisters. Their hallucinations, created to protect themselves in times of stress, very clearly resemble images they may well have seen in the 1951 Disney film Alice in Wonderland. The white rabbit who is running late for an appointment. The hole through which they tumble down to find Totoro. And later, the Cheshire Cat bus. In each instance, these hallucinations are brought on by anxiety. The girls see soot sprites when they enter their new house. Despite putting on brave faces, both girls are terrified of the dark turn their lives have taken. Mei meets Totoro when Satsuki is away at school. Totoro is the product of Mei's imagination, personifying her childlike concepts of the forest, something that seems equally inviting and threatening, but is ultimately benign. Satsuki sees Mei's troll while waiting in the dark and rain for their father at a deserted bus stop. Totoro only appears when their father fails to show up at the expected time, and Satsuki's anxiety levels have increased to the point of hallucination. Satsuki's most vivid hallucination comes after the trauma of losing Mei.
Please help me. I have to find her. I don't know where else to turn.
In her vision, she boards the cat bus in order to search for Mei, noting that one of its potential stops is a place called Grave Road. Her happy fantasy prevails, in which she rescues Mei and visits their mother, who appears healthy and ready to return home. Unfortunately, the movie ends here, so despite a credit sequence that suggests the Kusakabes lived happily ever after, we never find out for certain if Mei was found. The real tragedy of Tonari no Totoro is not some tenuous link to unsubstantiated fan theories and conspiracies, but the mental illness is intergenerational. A parent's illness or trauma can have profound effects on a child and significantly impact their growth, behaviour, and well-being.
It's not fair! You want her to die, Mei? Is that what you want?
Uprooted from their home, living in an unfamiliar and unstable environment, social isolation,
Hey! Your house is haunted!
having to step into adult roles too early.
I have to take Alexis to school today.
Oh no, I forgot all about that.
Satsuki and Mei experience all of these things. Their detachment from reality, their hallucinations, are a coping mechanism for chronic anxiety. It's worth mentioning that the catalyst for most of the girls' anxiety is Granny.
I'm over here.
Her role appears to be matriarch of the town and caretaker of the Kusakabe's house, yet she is undoubtedly the antagonist of the film.
What should I do with it, Granny?
Better open it. Might be an emergency.
In retrospect, probably the worst advice ever. When the family arrives at their new home, they believe it's haunted thanks to Granny's laziness and ineptitude.
Look, it's rotten.
The house is filthy, rotting, and literally falling down around them. Her boasts of dusting are quickly proven false by the black marks on the girl's hands and feet. She responds to this irrefutable evidence by fueling the girl's hallucinations with talk of soot sprites.
Soot sprites?
Sure, Granny, and the piles of garbage you left under the house are garbage sprites. Not only does she fail to do the job she was hired for, when she is on site, she manipulates the children into doing her chores for her. When she's tasked with babysitting Mei while their father is at work, she dumps Mei at Satsuki's school with the weakest of excuses.
She said she wouldn't stop crying unless I brought her to you.
Her greatest crime, though, is her insidious suggestion that her corn will heal Mei's mother. This sets in motion a chain of events that leads to Mei's disappearance.
Granny, what will we do if she dies?
Satsuki.
Whether or not Totoro and his woodland powers are real is up for debate. Like any good piece of art, the film is open to interpretation, and all interpretation is subjective. What isn't subjective is the character of Granny. She is an insensitive, lazy, and negligent woman. And no amount of rubbing kids' sandals will ever erase her terrible guilt.
All right, Granny just got carried away again.
Hey! It's not her sandal!
Thanks for watching.